Hi, everybody. This is Jerry Gusterman on behalf of MyDiabeticSolutions.com. And today I'm going to talk to you about reversing diabetes by means of a vegan diet. So you may ask, what is a vegan diet? Well, to start with, vegans avoid all animal foods such as meat, poultry, seafood, eggs, and honey, as well as anything that comes from an animal such as milk, cream, cheese, yogurt, gelatin, colors, and byproducts. A properly constructed vegan diet is ultra healthy. A research review indicated that vegan diets tend to be higher in dietary fiber, magnesium, folic acid, vitamin C, vitamin E, iron, and phytochemicals than they tend to work more than they do in omnivorous diets. They're also lower in calories. They're lower in saturated fats and cholesterols. But vegan diets can also be deficient in omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin D, calcium, zinc, and vitamin B12. Planning a vegan diet so that it includes sufficient quantities of these nutrients can be challenging. But when it's well planned, a vegan diet appears to offer protection against some degenerative conditions, such as heart disease. Vegan diets are regarded as appropriate for all ages by the American Diabetic Association. However, because plant foods do not normally provide vitamin B12, vegans need to eat food that have been fortified with B12 or take a B12 supplement. Secondly, I want to discuss becoming a vegan. Now, if you follow a vegan diet, you will reverse your diabetes. Some of the benefits would be like putting off, it reduces the possibility of heart attacks, strokes, blindness, amputations of the feet, etc. In fact, veganism can be quite tricky, and getting adequate nutrition as a vegan requires a fair degree of knowledge about nutrition. You'll have to spend a lot of time researching foodstuffs for understanding so that you can decide what to eat and what not to eat, as well as reading food labels when you're shopping. Now, here are some of the pitfalls to being a vegan that you may have to overcome. Protein, for starters. Proteins have many functions, including repairing your bones and muscles, building cells, and helping with your immune system. They're also good sources of energy. Because of this, an adequate supply of protein is essential to good health. Protein is made up of amino acids. Many of these are synthesized internally by your body, but there are 9 amino acids that your body cannot synthesize, and these must be obtained in the food you eat. These are called the essential amino acids. Now, here are some of the most important sources of plant proteins for vegans, which are suitable for reversing diabetes. Quinoa supplies all 9 essential amino acids. Soya and soya products such as soya milk, tofu, and tempeh. These are also supplies of essential amino acids. Things like beans, peas, lentil, chickpeas, kidney beans, various seeds such as pumpkin, sesame, and sunflower, meat alternatives such as textured vegetable protein. So, in addition to protein, another factor to take into consideration is iron. Now, your body needs iron in order to produce hemoglobin, a substance in red blood cells that makes it possible for them to carry oxygen to the body's tissues. If you suffer from anemia, which is being deficient in iron, you'll feel weak, tired, and irritable. There are two forms of dietary iron, Hem and non-Hem. Hem iron is derived from hemoglobin. You get it from foods such as red meat, poultry, and fish originally contained hemoglobin, which originally contained hemoglobin. Your body absorbs the most iron from the heme sources. However, as a vegan, animal products are off the menu. Now, non-Heme iron is what you need, and that's found mainly in the following foods that are suitable for type 2 diabetics. Fortified foods such as breakfast cereals and wholemeal breads, tofu, textured vegetable protein, wheat germ, beans, red kidney beans, chickpeas, split peas, lentils, dark green leafy vegetables such as broccoli, spinach, cabbage, other things such as peas, green peppers, baked potatoes, rice. Now, you can enhance the absorption of non-Hem iron by including a rich source of vitamin C in your meal. Now, here are some good sources of vitamin C. Citrus fruits and juices, kiwi fruit, berries of all kinds, tomatoes, potatoes, peppers, green vegetables such as broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and spinach. The next nutrient that we have to consider, that we have to think about, is calcium. Now, calcium is required for vascular contraction and vasodilation, muscle function, nerve transmission, intracellular signaling, the secretion of hormones, the formation of teeth and bones, etc. Adults need about 800 milligrams of calcium every day. Now, dairy foods are the major sources of dietary calcium. As a vegan, you avoid dairy products, so you need to find significant alternatives to meet your daily requirements. So, good plant-based alternatives that can be eaten by type 2 diabetics include calcium-enriched soya milk, calcium-enriched fruit juices and drinks, calcium-enriched tofu, calcium-enriched cereals, cabbage, kale, broccoli, dry fruit such as apricots and figs, and spinach, of course. Now, just note that most grains only contain small amounts of calcium unless they are fortified. However, they can be useful sources of calcium if you consume them frequently. Now, another nutrient, another vitamin that we want to consider as part of a vegan diet is vitamin D. Now, the term vitamin D refers to a group of fat-soluble compounds labeled D1, D2, and D3, which are responsible for enhancing your body's absorption of calcium, iron, magnesium, phosphate, and zinc. Vitamin D is also essential for the control of cell growth, bone development, neuromuscular function, regulation of the immune system, establishing moods, and lowering the risk of inflammation. Your body can synthesize vitamin D3 from cholesterol when your skin is exposed to the sun. But to synthesize sufficient vitamin D, you need to expose a large expanse of skin without sunscreen for 20 minutes a day. Now, I know this is difficult in northern climates, so most of us probably don't get enough vitamin D. In addition, your body's ability to synthesize vitamin D declines with age, which is why a majority of older adults are deficient in vitamin D. So, whether you're a vegan or not, you need to ensure that you have other sources of vitamin D. Here are some suggestions that are suitable for vegans and type 2 diabetics. Fortified brands of milks, yogurts, and desserts made from soya. But when you buy these, just make sure that you check the labels for sugar and salt to see what that content is. A new fortified breakfast cereal, mushrooms, and COD liver oil. So I think that'll do it just about for today as far as foods that you can have to sustain a vegan diet, which would be very effective in reversing your diabetes. Like I said, with the iron, the calcium, the protein alternatives, the iron alternatives that I've gone over, if you try just making some changes to your diet with some of the foods that I mentioned in this video, I think you'll notice a significant change in the way you feel. But keep in mind, it's something that you're going to have to commit to probably for a while, for weeks, months. I mean, you just can't expect to have one vegan meal and then expect to feel like $1 million. It's something that you'll probably have to commit to over time. So that's about it for today as far as reversing diabetes via a vegan diet. Now, if you found this video helpful, again, I urge you to check out my blog, mydiabeticsolutions.com, where I have all kinds of information on how to reverse your diabetes naturally. So, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.